What's up everybody, it's Charlie and I'm back. So in this video, I want to talk about a lesson that I've been learning over the last 10 years. And it's basically figuring out how to give people back their worries and live for myself. Not to say that I can't help people, but never at the expense of my health, the life that I'm building, or my future. And that's something I don't think I had cemented in my mind before. I think, especially in my 20s, I was making the most money I'd ever made and more money than most people in my family were making. And I felt an obligation to help people. I, at the time, did those things at the expense of my health and the life that I was building and my future. My health suffered from the stress for the most part. And at the time, I was not diagnosed, and so I had a lot of other things going on, and it just really taxed my health to be involved in those situations. The people that I was helping also weren't fully supportive of the life that I was building as a Black, queer, disabled, polyamorous Christian. And they kind of struggled to bring together all of those parts of me mentally. And so I feel like, in a way, I kind of was compromising the life that I wanted to build, which is where I'm surrounded by people who fully support me and fully love me and fully want to see and know me for who I am. I think at the time I was not really investing in my future. I didn't know that I would be disabled, even though I was disabled back then, but I didn't know concretely what my diagnosis was or how I could deal with those problems or cope with them. And that condition has really changed the way I'm able to make money. I'm not able to work full time, and so I'm definitely not making the amount of money that I was making back in my 20s. If I had taken that time to invest in my future and save up more, then I probably wouldn't be as much in the situation that I'm in now. At the time, I thought that the greatest way to love others was to continuously pour myself out. And I thought that God's role was to just keep filling me up. But the truth is that God puts things in us that is unique to us. I talk about it as our purpose, or us being authentically who we are. And that's something that nobody else can do. You can't outsource that. You can't pour that out, because you need it to be who you want to be and to be who God has made you to be. The Bible says to love others as you love yourself. And at the time, I don't think I was doing the work to love myself fully. Not to say that I don't like myself, because I've done a lot of work to like myself, but the hard work of loving myself and showing up for myself daily and setting up health and life and a future for myself, I was kind of letting go of that by pouring myself out so continuously. I didn't have the time to store up what I needed and do, I guess it's what people call self-care, but I think it's deeper than that. There's spiritual care, there's mental care, there's financial care, there's all of these other aspects that I don't think I was focusing on at the time, and I hope to focus on more in the future. I think I also wasn't helping the people around me as much as I wanted to, and that was my goal. You know the saying, teach a man to fish or whatever, and they can support themselves for life. And I think I was doing that part. I was teaching people to fish and how to stand on their own, but I was taking too much responsibility for the outcome of that. At the end of the day, people can choose to take your advice or leave it. And I think that when people left my advice, I was still deeply involved in wanting to change that outcome and help people be different. But people just are who they are. And I think I was doing both myself and them a disservice by taking on that responsibility. So I'm learning to give people back their buckets and give people back their worries and not take that on myself as a burden. Overall, I don't regret the decisions that I made, but I do take it as a learning lesson to move forward into my future. for me to never compromise my health, the life that I'm trying to build, or my future. And I hope it's something that all of you can learn as well, so that you don't end up not living your life to the fullest all of the time. So yeah, that's what I got for this week. I hope this has been helpful for you all. Definitely like this video and subscribe to see more. And I'll see you guys next week. Deuce.